Long Island medium Theresa Caputo's ex-husband, Larry Caputo, and his second wife, Connie Talley, are not religiously married. Now they must be legally married, but Theresa is against it. He brings the police and hands Larry over, because Larry is still Theresa's husband by law. So he hands him over to the police with legal aid. This situation is quite complex and emotional, as it involves not only legal issues, but also personal and family conflicts. If Larry Caputo is still legally married to Theresa, being religiously or socially married to someone else may actually be considered illegal. In this case, Theresa's reaction may be legally justified, because Theresa's reaction to Larry's relationship with someone else, without her permission, or without a divorce, may also stem from personal anger and feelings of betrayal. Trust and commitment play an important role in a relationship, and if Larry has started a new relationship without having yet legally consummated their marriage, it's natural for Theresa to be upset. Many people consider religious marriage to be the same as legal marriage, but in reality, the importance of legal marriage is different. Although it is socially acceptable for Connie Talley and Larry Caputo to be religiously married, if it is not legally valid, they may face various legal problems. Since Larry is still Theresa's legal husband, it may be reasonable for Theresa to inform the police and take legal action. It depends on local laws and circumstances. If Larry's actions amount to bigamy, polygamy, it could also be a criminal offense. Larry should secure a legal divorce first, then move on to a new relationship. If Theresa is just being vindictive, the matter may become more complicated, and the legal battle may become difficult for both. Connie Talley should also make sure that her marriage is legal or not. However, Theresa Caputo, the well-known Long Island medium, has a long history of helping families connect with their deceased loved ones, bringing comfort and closure to those grieving. In this instance, she is seen offering support to two families who have lost their loved ones to cancer. Losing a loved one to cancer is incredibly painful, often leaving family members with unresolved emotions, unanswered questions, and a deep sense of loss. Theresa's ability to communicate messages from the deceased provides grieving individuals with reassurance that their loved ones are still present in spirit. For these families, hearing from their departed loved ones can bring a sense of peace and healing. Messages from beyond can offer validation, forgiveness, or simply the comforting knowledge that their loved one is no longer suffering. Many people who participate in Theresa's readings express relief and gratitude, feeling as though they have received one last moment of connection. Cancer is particularly challenging because it often involves prolonged suffering, difficult treatments, and emotional strain on the entire family. The grief that follows can be complicated, filled with a mix of sorrow, anger, and even guilt. By providing a spiritual perspective, Theresa helps families navigate this difficult journey, reminding them that love transcends physical existence. While Theresa's work has many believers, there are also skeptics who question the legitimacy of mediumship. Some argue that readings may rely on cold reading techniques rather than actual communication with spirits. However, for those who find comfort in her messages, the experience is deeply meaningful, regardless of where one stands on the debate. Theresa Caputo's ability to provide comfort to grieving families, especially those affected by cancer, highlights the profound impact of emotional healing. Whether or not one believes in mediumship, her work undeniably helps people cope with loss and find hope after tragedy. However, in one of her emotional readings, she connected a veteran with his late sister, creating a deeply touching moment. Losing a sibling, especially for someone who has served in the military and faced challenges, can be incredibly painful. Theresa's reading may have provided him with the closure he needed. Many of her clients say that Theresa shares details that only they and their deceased loved ones would know, making the experience even more personal and convincing. For a veteran who may have experienced loss, trauma, or survivor's guilt, A message from a lost loved one can be a powerful source of comfort. She typically relays messages in an empathetic and conversational manner, making it feel natural rather than eerie. Many fans appreciate her readings because she focuses on love, healing, and reassurance rather than fear or mystery. Her work with veterans and grieving families has been widely praised for its positive impact. Some people believe strongly in Theresa's abilities, while others remain skeptical, viewing her readings as a combination of intuition and well-placed guesses. Regardless of belief, many find emotional value in her work, especially when it helps individuals process grief. However, in Long Island Medium Season 9, one of Theresa Caputo's most emotional moments was when she conducted a reading for a grieving mother who had lost her child. This episode was particularly moving because the mother had been struggling with guilt and unanswered questions about her child's passing. During the reading, Theresa connected with the spirit of the woman's child, delivering messages that reassured the mother that her child was at peace. As she relayed personal details that no one else could have known, both Theresa and the mother became overwhelmed with emotion. It was a powerful moment that showcased Theresa's deep empathy and her ability to bring comfort to those in mourning. Another highly emotional moment from Season 9 was when Theresa dealt with personal struggles within her own family. As her marriage with Larry Caputo was beginning to show signs of strain, viewers saw her become vulnerable about the challenges of balancing her personal life with her gift. Season 9 highlighted Theresa's professional and personal emotional journeys, making it one of the most heartfelt seasons of Long Island Medium. However, a double date featuring Long Island medium Theresa Caputo and a skeptic would make for an interesting and entertaining dynamic. Theresa, known for her strong belief in the spirit world and her abilities as a medium, often encounters skeptics who question her gifts. If she were to go on a double date with someone who doesn't believe in mediumship, it could lead to an engaging conversation, playful debates, or even an unexpected reading that could challenge the skeptic's views. The episode could explore themes of belief versus doubt, the power of personal experiences, and how people with opposing perspectives can still connect on a personal level. It would also give viewers insight into how Theresa handles skepticism in a more casual, social setting rather than a formal reading. However, Theresa Caputo, the well-known Long Island medium, has built her reputation on connecting people with their deceased loved ones through her claimed psychic abilities. One particularly emotional session involved her helping a young woman reconnect with her father, who had passed away shortly after her 16th birthday. This type of reading resonates deeply with many of Theresa's fans, as losing a parent at a young age is a profound and often traumatic experience. The daughter likely had many unanswered questions, unexpressed emotions, and a lingering sense of loss. Through Theresa's reading, she may have felt a sense of closure, peace, or reassurance that her father was still present in some way. The emotional impact of such readings is a key reason why Theresa Caputo remains a beloved figure. While skeptics question the legitimacy of mediumship, believers and those who have had personal experiences with her often feel a deep connection and comfort from the messages she delivers. However, in this instance, she assisted a woman in finding her late grandmother's cherished cooking recipe, which had been lost over time. Theresa's unique ability to communicate with spirits played a key role in this emotional encounter. The woman had long searched for her grandmother's special recipe, which held deep sentimental value. Through Theresa's reading, she was able to receive messages that led her to a hidden or forgotten place where the recipe was kept, perhaps in an old cookbook, a handwritten note, or even in an unexpected location like a family heirloom box. This moment highlights one of the reasons why people seek out mediums like Theresa. It's not just about closure, it's about reconnecting with the little things that keep a loved one's memory alive, whether it's a signature dish, a special phrase, or a meaningful object. However, In a recent incident, one of Theresa's friends found themselves unable to continue with a reading, ultimately walking out. During a recent reading, Theresa was conducting a session for one of her close friends. As usual, she started receiving messages from the spirit world and began conveying them. However, as the reading progressed, the emotions in the room intensified. The spirit that came through had a powerful message, possibly bringing up unresolved grief or painful memories that the friend wasn't prepared to face. While Theresa has seen many emotional reactions in her career, from tears to moments of shock, it's rare for someone to leave a reading entirely. Her friend's response suggests that the session may have triggered something too overwhelming to process in that moment. Not everyone is ready to receive messages from the other side, even if they initially believe they are. If someone has not fully processed the loss of a loved one, a sudden connection can bring back painful memories. Spirits often communicate things the person receiving the reading may not expect or want to hear. A message from a deceased loved one can sometimes surface feelings of guilt or unresolved conflict, making it difficult to continue. Some people may start the reading with curiosity but feel uneasy or frightened when they experience something unexplainable. As a seasoned medium, Theresa understands that spirit readings can be emotionally taxing. She has always emphasized that she never forces messages on anyone and that people should only engage in a session if they feel ready. In this case, Theresa reportedly respected her friend's decision to leave and did not push them to continue. After the incident, she may have reached out to her friend privately to check in, as she deeply values her relationships. Her ability to handle such situations with empathy is part of what has made her such a beloved figure in the spiritual community. Shared mixed reactions to this event. Many sympathized with Theresa's friend, understanding that grief can be unpredictable and difficult to manage. Others expressed curiosity about what spirit had come through and what message may have been too overwhelming. Some longtime viewers also pointed out that similar incidents have occurred in past episodes, with some individuals choosing to step away when emotions become too intense. However, Theresa's followers generally appreciate her sensitivity and the positive impact she has on those seeking closure. While Theresa Caputo has helped many people heal through her abilities, not everyone is ready for a spiritual reading. It's important to be emotionally prepared before seeking a medium's guidance. Not all messages bring immediate comfort. Some may require time and reflection to process. It's okay to step away if a reading becomes too overwhelming. This incident serves as a reminder of how powerful spirit readings can be. While Theresa's work has provided healing for many, it's clear that the experience is deeply personal and can sometimes be more than someone is ready to handle. Whether you believe in mediumship or not, one thing is certain: grief and emotions are unpredictable, and everyone processes them differently. However, "Always Daddy's Little Girl" is a theme that many people can relate to. And in the context of Long Island medium Theresa Caputo, interesting and emotional nuance. Theresa Caputo is a renowned spiritual medium, and her life and experiences have been public for years, not just because of her medium abilities, but also because of her very human relationships with her family. Theresa's relationship with her father has been a significant part of her personal life, often highlighted in the show Long Island Medium. It is not uncommon for Theresa to mention how close she has always been to her dad, even as she grew older. In her case, she seems to embody the role of a daddy's little girl in a way that goes beyond the usual sense of closeness, as it's intertwined with the emotional and spiritual connections that form the basis of her work. For many, being daddy's little girl is a term that evokes a sense of specialness, security, and unconditional love. Theresa's relationship with her father is complex, filled with moments of love, humor, and sometimes tension, like any other familial connection. However, because of her mediumship, she's often able to bridge a deeper connection with him, even after his passing, which adds a layer of complexity to this concept. While she has always been close to her father, her ability to communicate with the spirits means that she may continue to receive messages and guidance from him in ways that others might not experience. On a broader scale, being a daddy's little girl also represents a deep emotional bond between a father and daughter, one that can influence how a person views love, trust, and relationships. For Theresa, it might also explain some of her vulnerabilities and motivations as she navigates the intense and sometimes difficult world of public life as a medium, as well as her personal life. The notion of always being daddy's little girl, in this case, transcends the physical world and taps into a deeper emotional connection that Theresa shares with her father, which might offer some insight into how she navigates her personal relationships, her family dynamics, and her role as a medium. This relationship also speaks to the broader themes of love, loss, and connection, especially in the context of a family that has experienced both highs and lows. What makes this even more profound is the way that Theresa's relationship with her father could influence how she connects with other families and their loved ones. When she performs readings, much of her compassion, love, and guidance likely stem from her own experiences of love and loss, shaped by her close relationship with her father. For those watching Long Island Medium, this idea of Theresa as daddy's little girl isn't just a fun or lighthearted label. It's part of the emotional foundation that informs who she is as a person and a spiritual medium. It's a reminder that no matter how much we grow or change, there are certain relationships that shape us forever, and for Theresa, her father's love has undoubtedly been a significant influence on her journey. Theresa Caputo's ability to communicate with the deceased, including her father, highlights how powerful and eternal a parent's love can be. It offers a sense of comfort and continuity to those who have lost their loved ones, as well as for herself, reminding her that she is never truly far from her father's presence, even if he is no longer physically here. In summary, the idea of Theresa Caputo always being daddy's little girl holds a special and deeply emotional meaning, not just in her personal life, but also in her professional life as a medium. It reflects the lasting impact of the bond between a father and daughter, one that continues even after death, and underscores the deeper connections that exist between the physical world and the spiritual one. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Mina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.